What up, reader fam? Today I am bringing you my July book haul. I was a really good boy this month and I didn't buy way too many books like I normally do, so you guys should be proud of me. I only got my hands on 5 books, you guys. I deserve a little pat on the back. That's right. The first part of this video is paid promotion with Disney-Hyperion, and they sent me the 3rd book in the Seraphina series, and that is Seraphina and the Splintered Heart. That's such an intense title. Seraphina and the Splintered Heart. Maybe it's not that intense and I'm just making it sound way more dramatic than it actually is. Sounds about right. Don't you guys just love when I drag myself in my own videos? This story follows a girl by the name of Seraphina, and I'm sure you guys didn't know her name was Seraphina. I mean, it's not like the series is called the Seraphina series or her name's in the title or anything. Anyways, it's about her and her father, and they live in the basement at the Biltmore Estate in North Carolina, which is an actual place in North Carolina if you didn't know, and you should Google it because it's a beautiful estate. Like, I wish I could live in the basement of that estate. So at this estate, Seraphina finds herself caught up in all kinds of madness. In the first book in the series, The Black Cloak, she faces off with this guy who appears to be snatching up children left and right. And the second one, she faces off with somebody who is attacking people in the Biltmore Estate. And in the most recent installment of this series, Seraphina is facing off with somebody who is bringing all these terrible storms to the estate. It sounds like Seraphina should probably just move out because it appears there's chaos around every corner at this estate. Or maybe she should just stay there so the series can keep going on forever and ever and ever. I'm really excited to get to this series eventually. It sounds suspenseful, mysterious, and straight up maddening. Just the kind of series I like. Then Epic Reads sent me Eliza and Her Monsters, and I've been wanting to read this one because there has been a lot of hype that just came out of nowhere for this book. Like, people are saying that this is Fangirl, but better. And I love Fangirl, so I knew I needed this book in my life. So in this book, we follow a girl named Eliza, and in her real life, she doesn't have very many friends. She kind of leads this very lonely life. But on the other hand, she has this online life that's wildly different from her real life. Online, she's this wildly popular webcomic creator. And she keeps her identity online a secret by using a pen name. Then we've got this boy named Wallace who comes into the picture. And he is a popular fanfiction writer for Eliza's series. They meet in real life and he doesn't know who Eliza is because, again, Eliza uses a pen name online. And when he meets her, he just thinks that she's a big fan of his work. Little does he know that she's the creator of the comic that he is writing fanfiction for. Then one day everything changes for Eliza when her secret identity online is no longer a secret. Everybody knows who Eliza is. This honestly just sounds so great. I really hope that there's a focus on fandom, and I really like the idea of it following this webcomic, and I know that there are images throughout this book, so I love me some pictures and books. Y'all know this about me, so I can't wait to read this one. Then I requested from Penguin Teen this book called Akana Witch. This is what I believe to be the first in a series, and I also think that this series just got a cover change, and I really don't like the new covers. I really like these covers a lot. This is often called the Nigerian Harry Potter, which, hello, I am sold on this series already. And it does have a pretty similar premise to Harry Potter. We follow this girl named Sunny who lives in Nigeria. She was born in America and she struggles fitting in, and then one day she finds out that she is a free agent with magical powers. So she's shipped off to magical school to hone her abilities. I'm really looking forward to giving this one a go because it sounds excellent. The next book I have here is Love Her Wild by Atticus. This is actually a poetry collection. If you don't know who Atticus is, he's this like massive Instagram poet basically. He posts his poems on Instagram, and then he just recently released this book called Love Her Wild. It's full of his poems, but it's also got a selection of photography throughout this book, so I love the integration of images in this book. I'm so excited to read this one, and I was actually sent this by Atticus himself. I was just checking my Instagram one day, and all of a sudden I get a DM from him, and I'm like, what? What's going on here? And he asked if he could send me his book, and I was like, heck yes, yes please. He probably doesn't realize how big of a fan I am of his, but I love his work so much. But he signed this for me. He says, Jesse, thanks for believing in this. It's finally here. Hope to cross paths, ex Atticus. I hope so too, Atticus. I want to meet you. The last book I have to show you is one that I picked up on my recent vacation to Destin, Florida. I went to an indie bookstore, and I had a few books in my hand that I was considering picking up, and I was just browsing and browsing and browsing, and the next thing I knew, this book had caught my eye and I had to have it, and that is Rules for a Knight by Ethan Hawke. This isn't necessarily a story, it's more of a guidebook. It's about this knight who isn't sure if he's going to return home from war, so he leaves behind a series of letters for his children in order to help guide guide them and shape them in the case that he's not able to be there for them while they're growing up. And I've started this book, I'm not too far into it, but what I've read so far I love so much. It's just one of those books that I find really encouraging. It covers a lot of really interesting topics like gratitude, solitude, grace, courage, and also throughout the book there are these little illustrations done by the author's wife, and I love the illustrations so much. There's such a nice little touch to this book. This is just one of those hidden little treasures that I found in a bookstore, and I know it's a book that I will cherish forever. So those are all the books that I got my hands on in the month of July. You guys should let me know down below in the comments if you have read any of the books that I mentioned in today's video. Also, just let me know down below some of the books that you picked up in the month of July. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I post videos frequently on this channel, so if you want to be notified as to when I post new videos, be sure and go and hit subscribe, or go and click the little bell icon and you'll be notified as to when I post new videos. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you soon with a new video. Bye, chew.